So you're looking to improve your cold approach, you're looking to improve your ability to relate to women. That's why on this channel, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you why this might just be the single biggest thing you can do as a man in 2025 to improve your overall prospects in life, and why men who neglect this area of their life leave themselves very, very vulnerable. So I'm Joseph, I'm the Wing Bro, and I'm here to help with all things cold approach, daytime, nighttime, and relationship related. It's not just about the approach, it's about the relationship. The approach is just the first part. Okay, you can't approach, you can't have a personal life. But it's the other stuff that's also very important. I'll begin this video with a story of what not to do, frankly, and how bad things can get if you don't have this area of your life handled. So the story I'm about to tell is the life story of somebody I know personally, and basically he stands to lose his entire life's work in his 60s, and this is not an uncommon story, by the way, after a second bad divorce. So let's go through it. So the guy in question, he gets divorced, he's not happy in his marriage. He goes back out into the fields. He gets involved with a woman who he shouldn't get involved with, a woman of extremely low moral caliber and quality, a woman who already has multiple children, and she gets her hooks into him. She's a bit younger, and all of a sudden it's out of the frying pan in his old marriage and into the fire with this new woman. So the guy in question is a very, very successful businessman in his mid-60s who has built himself up essentially from the ground, from absolutely nothing to becoming incredibly successful. I mean, just astonishingly successful. You know, has a company worth tens of millions of pounds. And it's the classic man who can't put up boundaries, who has low self-esteem deep down, and who can't handle, just can't handle being with a woman, basically. But they get into a relationship, and the demands start to come from this woman. She wants this, she wants that, etc., etc. Before the guy knows it, he's putting on an expensive wedding for her, and he's buying an expensive property for her and her children, right? And in order to finance this, he thinks, well, let me sell part of my company, let me go and enjoy some of these liquid assets. So he does this, sells part of his company, a big chunk of his company, gets a load of cash, you know, has a big slap-up wedding, buys the house, doesn't vet the woman properly at all, doesn't work on himself at all, doesn't take time to take stock, to have a look at himself, to have a look at his own sense of self-esteem, doesn't do a really decent risk assessment of what he's actually risking. But by the way, if you are a wealthier guy, you have to do more due diligence than other guys. You got more to lose. Yeah? He doesn't do any of that, and a few years later, sure enough, the relationship breaks down, they get a divorce. Okay, so this is costing him money. He's maintaining her and her children. He's maintaining her, he's maintaining her children. She's living in a massive house that he's bought for her. He's also paying out to his ex-wife as well, which is fair enough, because she was actually with him for many decades, so that's fair enough. But this new, basically, whore's come along, and she's rinsing him. Now, the company that he worked in, that he sold part of, he kind of winds down his role with them, and they become unhappy because the company's not making what it was when they bought it. the firm that acquired this company are not happy, right? Because they're going, hey, this was making way more money. What the hell is going on here, right? So the guy's maybe he's lost focus, or as he's stepped out of his own business, it started to go down the pan. And so they then sue this guy, who still owns a massive chunk of the company, but he's also sold off a massive chunk as well. So this firm sues this guy, and he's now in a legal battle with them, plus his ex-wife, right? And between those two battles, he probably is going to lose the other half of his company, which he spent like 30 years building, and a chunk more, and a ton more money as well, besides. So his life work, tens of millions of pounds, has all fallen apart because he has an inability to handle women. And if this does not motivate you to get this area of your life handled, I literally don't know what else I could say. I don't know what else I could say. So if you're on this channel, you're already motivated and you already realize the importance of handling this part of your life. And so the story I've just told you there, my diagnosis for that guy would be low self-esteem, low boundaries, despite the fact he had all this success, and perhaps that is what drove the success to begin with. But low self-esteem, low boundaries. He would have been much better off taking some time out, frankly, going to see a dating coach or a therapist or somebody, spending whatever it took, 10, 20, 30k, whatever it would take, pennies in comparison to what he's lost, or now stands to lose, getting himself on track and getting himself ready for the next phase. Yeah, and then taking stock and actually going out there feeling a sense of confidence, feeling a sense of self-worth, and having very clear boundaries, having very clear non-negotiables and very clear standards, which I actually advocate writing down your standards. Yep. I've got a minimum 4 standards that I expect any woman that I would deal with to adhere to. Okay, so you don't ever want to be in this situation. You want to build your own confidence, your own self-esteem, your own sense of self. And you also want to have an abundance of options with women. And the question is, how do you generate this? How do you generate this? For me, honestly, the best way to do this has been daytime cold approach, because of the person it actually makes you, because of the transformation you will undergo. But daytime, there's something about it. There's something about the way you can go over there and just command the attention of women in the street, potentially strike up a romantic, sultry, exciting rapport and relationship with her. There's something about that. You're breaking out of the system. You're doing finally what you want to do. You're taking control. You've got the blood pumping through your veins and you're alive. And a man who can do that, that's the first step to becoming the man you want to be. It's not the only step, by the way. It's not the only step. You also have to be able to navigate the relationship itself, right? And perhaps I'll talk more about that in future videos. But you're not going to get that development through Tinder. You're not going to get that development through Instagram. Really, even social circle. It's a little bit too supervised and approved. So I just don't think there's anything better for your development and for your sense of self-confidence than daytime approach. I've certainly never found anything. And there's lots of things I've done that have improved my confidence in lots of different areas. But in terms of social confidence and interacting with women, daytime cold approach is the creme de la creme. That doesn't mean don't do other things, Go and hit the gym, go learn to dance, go have an exciting lifestyle, but don't neglect going over to the woman and introducing yourself, making yourself known to her. in terms of doing finally what you want to fucking do, I think daytime approach just blasts through. For guys in the West, I think we're over socialized. Daytime approach strips that back, takes off the fucking chains. You just stick your chest out, fucking beat your chest and go, I'm here. What's up? That's what it's doing on a macro level. You're getting back in touch with that primal, natural self, and it's invigorating, and it will infuse you with a sense of confidence and inner power, to be honest. Inner power and inner calmness. And there is also a level of respect that you have to have for yourself. Once you start, like, if you, for example, you come and train with me for 3 days, and you go and do a minimum of 60 approaches, right, in broad daylight to women you've never met before, it's impossible not to respect yourself. It's literally impossible. So you go out and do a good daytime session, and you know you've really gone for it. You cannot not respect yourself. It's just impossible. Commands respect, of yourself, but also of others as well. And the women feel that. It was one of my videos recently in Manchester. I think it is up on the channel. A girl said she had a boyfriend. She's from the Middle East, I think. She had a boyfriend. She really liked the approach, and she said, "Oh, thanks for coming over to me. I know it takes a lot." So that was a girl who said that. So they know this as well. They know this as well. Everybody knows this. Okay. So what I'm hoping you think about is the transformation that you want to make. Where you are now, the person you are right now, compared to the person you know is inside you. It just needs to blossom out into the world. This person is already there. I can't make you something you're not already. The person is already there. Yeah. But it's just buried under layers and layers of bullshit, school, jobs, society, crap. Yeah. That person is there. What we are going to do is uncover that person, water that person, feed that person, strengthen that person, give them strategy, give that person encouragement and accountability. That's what we're going to do. So, allow me to introduce my program. I have a 3-day daytime approach immersion program. It's one-to-one with me, so you come in and you essentially transform your entire life inside of 3 days. It's actually that simple. It's what happened to me. It's what's happened to many of my friends, and it's what's happened to guys who've recently trained with me as well. Okay, this is the first step on a new trajectory. Basically, you're stepping off a path you were going down, a path of tedium, a path that's uninspiring. When you're taking action, you're going, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm living the life I want to live the way I want to live it. And cold approach is going to be a massive part of unlocking that. Okay, it's your dating life, sure, and that's obviously what we're here for. Make sure you get the girl, make sure you get into the right partnership, and make sure you have the dating life that you want. But bro, trust me, that is just a start. What daytime approach unlocks, it's like the master key, honestly. It really is. So this service is for guys who want to make that transformation, who deep in your soul, I need to do this and I want to do it. And there's something about this guy Joseph, this bald fucking guy walking around in the trees, something about this guy that tells me I know he's the guy. I know he is the guy to guide me through this. Right? And if that is what you're thinking, that's why I'm putting these videos out. It's for those few guys who get it, who want to lead a life less lived. They want to tread a path that has not been trodden, maybe for many centuries, right? We're going back into nature here. And I know I can guide you through that, both in a 3-day immersion, and then also a 90-day follow-up as well. So I don't just leave you in the wilderness afterwards. I will ensure you get to where you want. You've got to put the work in, and I will not babysit you. But I will support you if you are the right guy who is putting the work in and is actually moving forward. You develop the skills, you transform, basically. You transform. Most of the guys that I've seen truly go at it with daytime approach, or even nighttime, to be honest, who've really gone at it, have transformed into something far more formidable. And that's just the start. That's just the start. You become an operator in this, and then you really start to move. You know, I have friends who I'll be meeting up with this summer. They started off with daytime approach. They've steadily, slowly but surely transformed their entire lives. Now that they're now becoming digital nomads like me. And this is just a couple of years into this thing. Yeah, we don't know where this whole thing goes. But the main thing for you at this point, if you're watching this video, is you know you're in a position you want to make that transformation. Okay, so obviously an immersion, a 3-day immersion, one-to-one with me is not going to be 50 quid, right? So, you know, you do need some means in order to sign up for it. But at the moment, it's doable for most guys. It's doable for most guys. That won't be the case in even 3 months' time. And that's not like some bullshit advertising. That's just the standard business model. Okay. I'm in the UK for another 6 weeks. 2 of those weekends are already booked. And then I'm going to be out around Europe. If you're interested in the European immersions, I have some destinations that I'm keeping under wraps for the moment, but they're very, very good destinations for daytime approach, premium destinations, and as yet somewhat undiscovered as well. So I'm not giving them away just on the channel right now. So let's get this area of your life sorted. So rather than losing your entire net worth in your 60s, rather than being weighed down and burdened by somebody that you really don't even want to be with, someone who, as I said on a previous video, is basically just a warm body. How about finding someone who is an asset, who is maybe your biggest asset? Someone who is going to be ride or die alongside you all the way. Someone who maybe would even give her life for you, as you would give your life for her. Someone to build a family with. Or maybe you just want to be, you know, lead the player lifestyle. It's a great lifestyle. Whatever you want to do, let's do that, shall we? Let's get this sorted and let's do that. Huh? What is the point having all the fucking success and money and six packs if you can't do the one fundamental thing that you need to be able to do? So this is Wingbro. I hope this has been useful for you. Calendly.com/Wingbro if you want to book a call. And if not, I just hope this has been inspiring for you. Get yourself out there, get approaching, and report back. Let me know how it's all going. Josefsky. I'll see you on the next one.